Everybody, welcome to Codex. My name is Shreyansh Person, undergraduate course from Netaji Subhash University of Technology, and today is the 14th episode of our web development journey. In the previous video, we have talked about input tag checkbox type, and in this video, we are going to talk about input tag radio type and even about classes and IDs. I am very much excited, and I hope that you are also excited for this session. So, without wasting any time, let's get started. We will understand the concept of classes and IDs, considering an example of a school. See, in a school, students can have the same class, but all the students individually have different identities, different names, different characteristics, different features, different minds. For example, consider two friends, Ram and Sham. They both are studying in the same class, but they both had different identity, their individual IDs. Okay, let's see that how it works on the VS Code. I have created my index.html file in my VS Code. Here I will write my boilerplate code and give my page title, classes and IDs. See, I will create here a div tag and give it a class, that is, if I can give this class number. See, classes and IDs as attribute, I can give any name to them. Class is equals to number, class is equal to Shriyansh, class is equal to Codex, class is equal to Audi, class is equal to Mercedes, class is equal to Vivo, class is equals to Oppo. I can give them any name, there is no restriction in giving them name, and I will write here one, and I will also give it a class div and class number and give this the value number. And if I preview this on my browser, you will see that 1 and 2 are written, and they both are written in the same different line as what we have expected, and we have talked about this in the previous videos. Okay, now if I want to give them ID, see, Ram and Sham both are studying in the same class, but they both have different IDs. That is, I have to give them different IDs, like I have to give it like 1 and this ID 2. See, both div tags have same class but different IDs. That is the Ram and Sham. That is 1 and 2 are belonging to same class, but they both have different IDs. Now if I preview this, nothing has changed. The only thing which I use is give them class and IDs. See, you will not understand this yet in the small code, but when we will work on the real world projects, when we will be doing CSS, and we will be cloning websites and doing many more interesting things in the later videos, and we will also be participating in the hackathons, doing different things, you will understand the importance of classes and IDs and will become familiar to them. Okay, and that's all for that, and now I will explain to the radio tag. See, we have talked about the form tags. I told you that I will keep the external attribute empty yet, and in the form tag I will create here an input tag and with type radio. Okay, in the radio tag we have to give it an attribute ID. If I give it ID 1, okay, and right here a label tag. We have talked about the label tag in the first video of form tag. In the first video of form tag we have talked about the label tag. In the label tag we have for attribute in which we have to write the ID. If I have given ID 1 in to the input tag, so I will also write here 1 and will write here 1. Okay, now if I preview this, you will see that here my radio tag is given. I will zoom it. Okay, now if I click this one only, if I click this part, then the radio tag will be selected. That's what we have expected. Okay, Now if I give it, create another radio button like input type p radio, and right here give it a attribute id with id2, and label tag, in the for tag I will write 2 and write here 2. Okay, now if I preview this, oh, sorry, you will see if I click on 2, my my radio button is selected, but if I click 1, will this be removed and 1 will be selected? Let's see. No, that's not happened. Both are selected, but I have told you that this will not happen. Okay, this will explain with the help of MDN documentary of radio type. See, here they have used some attributes. They have also created a form tag in which they have created div tag, and inside the div tag they have created input tag, and the attribute they use the type. Okay, we have given the type radio, they have given id. Okay, they have given the id hue, who is the name of the id. They have used the individual name, but they have given the id. Okay, what we have given, id is equals to 1. They also use the name attribute. We will be learning about the name attribute in the next video. In detail I will create a proper video on name attribute, but they have given this, and in this video, for this video you have to understand that if I remove this from here, see, if I choose this option, then I can choose only this option. If I choose this option, this option will be deselected, and if I choose this option will be deselected. Okay, but what happen if I remove the named attribute from all of them? If I remove the name attribute from all of them, see, if I click Due, if I click Due, then my Due is selected also, but this is not Due is not unselected. If I click Louis, Louis is also selected, but Due and Hue are not unselected. Means name tag is used to use so that we can click only one option, we can choose only one option. Okay, but what happen if I give the name attribute but give different name to all the attributes? For example, I write here name attribute, oh sorry, I write here name attribute and write here 1. I also write here name attribute and write here 2, and also I also gave a name attribute here and give it the name 3. See, I have given different names to the name attribute. Now if I click this, this is also selected, this is also selected. But what if I what if I write the same name? I write here 1. I also write here, oh sorry, 1. See, if I click this, this is unselected. If I click this, these two are unselected, and if I click this, this is unselected. But means we can click only one option now by using the name attribute in radio type. And then they have you then they have used value attribute, where they have given the value of our input tag. See, they have written that value attribute is a string containing the radio button's value. The value is never shown to the user by user agent, that is, it is not shown in a browser. The value that is shown in a browser is written in the label tag. It's used to identify which radio button is in a group is selected. That is, which radio button is selected is identified by value tag. Okay. Then they have used the checked attribute. Checked attribute is just used so that that is when we have visited this website, whoever was already selected. But why not Due? Because we have not given the checked attribute to Due. That's all. Let's implement this. Okay, I will write a name. I will give it a name number. Okay, I will also give it name, number. And now if I preview this, see, if I click 1, 1 is selected. If I click 2, 2 is selected and 1 is deselected. Okay, now I will give it value. Value I will give it 1, and the value I will give it to the to id tag be 2. Okay, now if I click this, 1 is selected. Now if I click 2, 2 is selected. Okay, what if I gave the same value tag? Let's see this here first. For example, I give it the id 1, value 1. I also give this value 1. I also give this value 1. Okay, now if I click on this, this is selected. Now if I click on this, this is selected, but this is not the right way. This is a very wrong way, and you will also be confused while doing so. And in the real world project, it's a very bad practice to do so. So try not to use these things. Give them different values. And if I give my input tag attribute checked, if I give my attribute tag attribute checked, now if I preview this, you will see that 1 is already selected. Okay, what if I give this check the attribute to this? You will see that 2 is already selected. Now if I click 1, 2 will be deselected. Okay, what if I give check the attribute to both? Oh, checked. Okay, only one of them was selected. No, okay, only 2 was selected. That is, if I give the checked attribute to all of them, nothing will happen. Nothing serious will happen. Or if I give input tag, let's see, input tag type radio id 3, name, number, value 3, and give it checked. Okay, now if I preview this, what happened? Label for 3 and right here 3. Now if I preview this, you will see that 3 is already selected. Okay, what means the last, that is last input tag is selected if I give all of my input tag checked attribute. Okay guys, that's all for today. I hope that you like this video. Stay tuned, keep working hard, and I will see you next time.